Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
An area mother's upset. She reached out to us on our Whistleblower Hotline after her daughter claimed the school principal walked in on the daughter and two friends changing in the locker room.
The principal says the girls were skipping class and hiding out in the locker room, something he says had become an issue at school.
Valley News Team's Joseph Ojo traveled to Crookston to get to the bottom of this story.
Jasmine Brashard says she was only in the girls' locker room because she was trading a shirt with her friend. But she says that quick exchange turned disturbing after her male principal stormed into the girls' locker room.
And I saw his face in the mirror, so I hurried up and I pulled up my pants as he was walking towards me.
Jasmine then says her principal began to get red and started yelling because they did not have a physical education class scheduled during that period.
And then he walked over to the stalls, peeked his head over the toilet on his tippy toes. He went like that, and then he's like, "You need to get out here." I was like, "You're not supposed to be in here. It's illegal."
Taken aback by his actions, Brashard became angry and voiced her opinion to her principal.
He was saying it's legal, and I really think it should be illegal for a male to go in the girls' locker room.
And Jasmine says she questioned why a female counselor was not sent into the locker room and claims that her speaking up led to her and her friends being suspended.
I was like, is it in the school rule book? And he just told me to shut up.
Principal Eric Bubna backed out of our on-camera interview, but he did say in a statement that it was reported that the three girls were hiding in the locker room after being directed to go to class. Bubna also said that two of the three girls became aggressive, argumentative, and defiant. Jasmine's mother went to Facebook and posed the question of, why did a male have to enter the locker room? And in a response, Bubna said, when it is reported that students in his school may be skipping class, one of the authority figures, which are mostly male, will respond to the matter. He also says that before any school official enters a locker room, they will first make their presence known loudly by asking the children if anyone is inside. Now Jasmine and her mother are sharing their story so that they will not have to move out of the school district like several other parents have in the past to make their child feel safe.
Me and my mom don't feel comfortable with me going back to school till Monday when she has the school board meeting with them.
In Crookston, Joseph Ojo, Valley News Live.
The principal denies allegations that he tipped over the stall to make sure that the girls got out and says that he gives all students time to respond if they're changing before he or any of his school officials entering a locker room. Jasmine's mother tells us she plans on bringing up the incident at the next school board meeting. Now, this story came to us through a Whistleblower Hotline. If you need help with a serious issue in your community, call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
You had to bundle up a bit if you were attending any outdoor games or practices earlier this evening. Robert, I imagine the same goes for tomorrow morning?
Yeah, some cool temperatures this evening. They're going to continue to slide on down just a bit as we head through the overnight hours. Already down into the 30s in some locations, including 37 in Grand Forks, 36 in Baudette, 38 in Bemidji, 39 in Roseau, already down to 44 here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Winds generally light. They're going to stay light tonight, shifting to the east and picking up a bit as we head through your Friday. What's going to help us not get as cold are these clouds. They're going to act like a blanket and keep temperatures from bottoming out as we head through the overnight hours, but still going to see some sub-freezing temperatures, particularly across far northern portions of the valley. A lot of green on the radar, but no precipitation out there. A lot of interference with the local area radar dome. Chilly overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, but then we start the warm up on your Friday, and that will continue right on through the Mother's Day weekend. How warm do we get for Mom's Day? We'll let you know in just a few minutes.
Hopefully really warm. Thanks, Robert.
Yeah. A Minnesota teen is missing, and authorities are asking for your help in locating her. 16-year-old Grace Cummins was last seen Tuesday leaving school and climbing into the cab of a blue semi-truck. The driver reportedly dropped her off in Albert Lee, that's south of the Twin Cities. Grace is 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighs 130 pounds, with long, light brown hair and has brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a dark-colored coat or windbreaker with a hood, jeans, and was carrying a dark-colored backpack. If you have any information about her whereabouts, contact law enforcement.
There may be some new developments in the case of an SUV driven over a California cliff, killing a former Minnesota family. A pair of jeans, along with human remains inside a girl's shoe, were found on a beach about a mile from where the SUV went off the cliff in March. Now, the Mendocino County Sheriff's Department says DNA tests will be performed to determine identification. Sarah and Jennifer Hart and their 6 adopted children, who formerly lived in Alexandria, Minnesota, were all believed to be in that family SUV. 5 bodies were found, but 2 girls and a boy were unaccounted for. The crash happened just days after authorities in Washington state opened an investigation following allegations the children were being neglected.
The state of Minnesota is again taking a look at a proposal that would make it a hands-free while driving state. The measure would make it illegal for anyone to hold up a cell phone while they're driving, mandating the use of hands-free technology. Many people for and against the measure spoke out at the Capitol today as representatives debated the issue, and it became quite emotional for some.
3 months after Grandpa was killed, I was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor. I'm not telling you this to make this about me. I want you to know how fragile life is. No one could have prevented this from happening to me, but Grandpa's life could have 100% been prevented.
The act of talking on a phone while driving is no more a lethal distraction than eating or playing with the radio.
According to Minnesota's Department of Public Safety, distracted driving is a factor in 1 in 4 crashes each year, resulting in at least 70 deaths and hundreds of serious injuries. So far, 16 states have already passed hands-free driving laws.
Concerns about the treatment of students with disabilities and segregation are popping up again for Fargo and West Fargo public schools. Today, staff members told state lawmakers from the area about plans to remodel Agassiz for students with behavior issues. Some lawmakers brought up concerns about segregating students based on their disabilities and questioned funding for the project. Others say although the plan may not be perfect, that shouldn't get in the way of doing what's best for the children. A large group of parents and advocates were at the meeting, too. Ashley Hofdahl's son is currently in the Agassiz pilot program, and she says he ended up there because of untrained staff. She says staff used holds and seclusion to control her son, giving him PTSD. By March, Mark was selected for what's called the Setting D program at Agassiz.
We went to an IEP meeting at his home school and essentially had the feeling that he was not welcome there, and this was the option for him.
According to the district, there is no set criteria for entrance into the Agassiz program, but there will be procedures to make sure it's the right fit. If parents disagree with the decision, they can meet with the Individualized Education Program team or enter into mediation or due process.
Pizza Hut is expanding its beer delivery test to nearly 100 restaurants across Arizona and California this month. Pizza Hut says it's the next step in making their pizza beer combo delivery nationwide. In December, Pizza Hut began the beer delivery project in downtown Phoenix. Now more cities throughout Arizona and California can enjoy cold beer delivered with their pizza. The company says that many Pizza Hut restaurants have licenses to sell and distribute beer without third-party services, additional fees, or extended wait times.
A woman who has broken barriers within the National Football League had encouraging words for young girls during a stop in the Twin Cities. That's later on Valley News Live at 10.
And depression is on the rise. Who is more likely to suffer from it? Up next.